It's time now for the AHL 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, August the 6th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Your 5 o'clock news that I'm here and top 3 at 5 o'clock here on this Thursday evening. Here is in Cleveland. He's surging in polls, drawing massive crowds of campaign events and village, attacking his opponents, and Donald Trump's trying to talk to the debate stage in Cleveland tonight. Here, President Obama, on the 50th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, renewed a call for a new, broader legislation to urge people to exercise their hard-won voting rights instead of staying at home on election days. Mayor Bill de Blasio said on Thursday that New York City building owners would be required to test and disinfect their water cooling towers within the next 2 weeks as the city continued to battle an outbreak of Legionnaires' disease in the South Bronx. Hong Kong, Malaysia, and none of the discovery of the wing part that apparently came from the missing Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 has worsened frictions with its partners in an investigation rekindled frustration among the families of the people. As the candidates wrangle in Cleveland on tonight, Times report as Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio go to mass and debate day. The White House will say that President Obama will probably watch the Daily Show and not the GOP debate. In Cairo, a suicide bomber killed at least 15 people in an attack on the mosque used by members of a local security force in southwest Saudi Arabia on Thursday, the Interior Ministry has said. An assault that online statement was carried out by Islamic State. In Cairo, journalists often are required to have their credentials proven in who they are. To have access to press events or conference an event that involves anyone and even slightly famous requires a special credit to me to show reports loud as press passes were lost and some journalists missed Suez Canal event. On Thursday, Japan marked the 70th anniversary of the attack on the western city of Hiroshima, calling for a nuclear weapon-free world. Palestinians moved towards unity when the first match between teams from the two second and Infidel began 15 years ago as Gaza West Bank soccer teams face off for first match in years. A suspect was arrested on Thursday afternoon in a fatal shooting of a police officer in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in a 16-hour manhunt, Louisiana State Police said in a social media post. The death of Zachary Hammond, a white South Carolina teen shot by police, has led to but it's more complicated than just a matter of race, analysts said. Sunday, August 9th, marks 1 year since the death of Ferguson, Missouri teenager Michael Brown, who was shot and killed by a police officer, Darren Wilson. 25 years after the famed artist in Boston's Isabel Steller Gardner Museum law enforcement officials have released new surveillance video Thursday showing an unauthorized visitor entering the museum the night before the robbery. When Tesla's billionaire founder, Elon Musk, tweeted in December that the all-electric car maker was working on a charger that automatically moves out from the wall and connects like a solid metal snake. On the day when questions about the future of traditional television dominated Wall Street, Viacom only deepening anxiety about the health of the media business. Shares of Keurig Green Mountain fell nearly 30% Thursday after the company reported pledge sales to the home brewers. At this point, not looking at proposed fixed out only one analyst said offered telling signs that the company struggled to turn around. In New York, when billionaire Bill Ackman announced a $5.5 billion investment in Mondelez, the maker of Oreo cookies and Toblerone candy bars, the news felt oddly familiar. In the wilds of Brazil, researchers have discovered frogs with venomous spikes in their heads. Although scientists have long known of poisonous frogs, it is the first venomous frog that is known to distribute poison with an arm with. Hawaii is currently host of the biggest astronomy conference worldwide, with the General Assembly at the International Astronomical Union to address current issues of astronomy. Experts recommend adolescents get at least 8.5 hours of sleep, but a government survey released Thursday suggests the vast majority of the U.S. middle and high schools early start times harm students' health. An identified person from Pueblo County, Colorado, died of a plague Tuesday as a case occurred in rural area of southwestern Pueblo County, and at this point, public health inspectors are at tested areas, said Joseph. When it comes to the impact of oral contraceptives on cancer risk, the pictures by Devin confused of what large analysts showed the pill can slightly increase the risk of breast cancer. PHL News Time, 504, time now for a stock market report down. Ended the day 120.72 points down to close at 17.19.75. S&P 528.56 down 16.28, and Nasdaq 5,056.44 down 83.5 points. European market DAX 11,585.10 down 51.20 points. FTSE 6747.09, that 5.32. And CAC 45.92.11, that 4.62 thousand. Nikkei 2664.44, up 30.38 points. Shanghai 3662, down 32.38. HSI 24,375.28, down 138.88. Oil markets here 44.82 points, down 33 cents. Brent 49.70, down up 11 cents. Natural gas 2.06, up 8,000 a point. Gold markets here, gold 78.70, up $2.10. Silver 14.625, up 72,000 a point. Copper 2.346, down 125,000 a point. Bonds, US 2.2268%, down 41,000 a point. German 10 unit 0.709%, up 4,000 a point. And Germany 10 unit 0.399%, down 25,000 a point. FX bonds there. European US dollar 1.0921, down 2,000 a point. US dollar Japanese yen 124.71, down 2,000 a point. And Great Britain pound US dollar 1.551% here. Look at that. Commodities here at 506. Wheat 507 up 5. Soybean 943 3/4 down 9.5. Corn 380 down 3 1/4. Sugar 10.73 down 3 cents. Coffee 124.48 down 1.5. Cotton 62.30 down 1.22 thousand point. Rough grass 11.42 down 12 cents. And cocoa 2083 down 47 here. Live cattle 140.80 up 625 thousand point. Lean ox 64.55 down 2225 thousand point. And FD cattle 209.275 up 75 thousand point. Take a look at Alright, take a look at New England alerts at 506. Rain in Massachusetts at 4 o'clock. Motor accident on Route 24 southbound to Pleasant Street overpass. And the Amber Alert has been canceled and the children were kidnapped by their mother in Hampton has been found safe in Yarmouth than mothers under the West. Here, telling news time, 507 time now, sports report here. The Boston Red Sox wrap up the finale against the New York Yankees down in the Bronx at 7:05 p.m. here with Edward Warner's man of the Red Sox ball. See somebody on man for the Yankees here. Alright, take a look at Major League Baseball scores played this afternoon and this evening here. Washington Nationals leading the Arizona Diamondbacks 1-0 in the bottom of the third. Top of the 8th, Milwaukee Brewers all those San Diego Padres 10-1 in the top of the 8th. St. Louis Cardinals played the Cincinnati Reds 3-0. Los Angeles Dodgers over the Philadelphia Phillies 10-8, and the Detroit Tigers over the Kansas City Royals 8-6. Olympic gold medalists LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Kevin Love, James Harden, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and Dwight Howard highlighted the 34-man USA basketball roster for the next week's mini camp in Las Vegas. Police in upstate New York are investigating rape allegations against Chicago Blackhawks star Patrick Kane. The Buffalo News reported on Thursday, citing two law enforcement sources here. Tony Stewart returned to Watkins Glen International on Sunday. A changed man after 12 accidents in sprint car races in the last 2 years. Forced man at the venue where he has a record 5 victories here. Peter Chell News time, 508. And it's time now for a travel reporter on this Thursday evening here. And take a look at the travel report here. 95 on the southbound side. It's so from Providence all the way out to East Greenwich. 95 northbound, so from Route 4 in East Greenwich all the way out to downtown Providence around Route 95 here in Providence here. 146 on the southbound side. It is slow on both ends around Route 99 in Lincoln. And then hit breaks again 146 on the southbound side for Route 15 in North Providence all the way to downtown Providence here. 195 on the westbound side. It is slow from East Providence all the way to downtown Providence doing accident on 195 on the westbound side, Route 44 in East Providence here. 610 connections from Route 6 to downtown Providence here. 295 on the southbound side, so from Route 6 to Johnson, all the way down for Cranston, and 295 on the northbound side, so from Warwick all the way out to Cranston here. 195 on the eastbound side, so from Somerset all the way out to Fall River here. 140 on the southbound side, it is so from 195 to Route 6 in the Bedford here. 24 to the southbound side, get it. The accident under the Pleasant Street overpass in Radom, so 24 southbound traffic is backed up all the way up to Route 106 in West Bridgewater here. 195 southbound, so from 130 in Reno all the way up to Route 24. So expect some delays around the area of 495 and Route 24 in Reno here. 95 and 24, so from 120 to Canton here. 120 in the southbound side. It is slow from Route 3 in Burlington all the way up to the Braintree Split here. Route 120 in the northbound side, so from Braintree Split all the way up to Route 24 in Canton here. Route 3 in the southbound side, so from Braintree Split to Union Street in Braintree here. Route 3 in southbound side, so from Route 53 in Hanover to Route 139 in Marshfield here. Southeast Expressway, so both ends from the Pike all the way up to the Braintree split there. Mass packing to both ends, so from Logan, mass packing to both ends, so from Logan Airport all the way at the Southeast Expressway here, and mass packing in the eastbound side, so from Framingham all the way out to Newton and Hitbridge, going on at Austin Bratton tolls here. Mass packing in the westbound side from Newton and Natick here. 120 in the northbound side, so from Route 20 in Waltham all the way out to Route 1 in Peabody here. 120 in the southbound side, so from Beverly all the way out to Linfield here. And Route 2 in the eastbound side, it is so from Belmont all the way out to the Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge. We get an accident 120 in the southbound side around Route 2 in Lexington, so expect some delays here. 120 in the southbound side, get an accident before Route 3, exit 32 in Burlington, New Hampshire. Burlington, Massachusetts, so expect some delays here. 93 in the southbound side, so from Seminole all the way at the Zegbridge and 93 both ends slowing down to Boston. 93 in the northbound side, back to from Boston and Zegbridge all the way out to Wilmington here. Route 1 in the northbound side, so from Chelsea all the way up to the Revere. Route 1 in the southbound side, so for the Chelsea stretch. Sumner Terminal on the southbound side, it is slow on Route 1A in East Boston here. 185 in the southbound side, it is so from 290 in Worcester all the way out to the Mass Pike in Westbury here. Route 290 in the westbound side, so from Shrewsbury to an accident 290 westbound in the Worcester Shrewsbury line all the way after Route 146 in Worcester here. 195 in the northbound side, is so from Route 2 in Lowton all the way out to Route 38 in Tewksbury. Route 195 on the southbound side, so from Lawrence all the way out to Lowell. 195 in the northbound side, so from the long stretch. Route 3 in the northbound side, it is so from Burlington all the way up in the Lowell. Route 95 in the northbound side, is so from 495 in Andover all the way up to Mithil here. 95 in the southbound side, also on Route 495 in Newburyport here. Up in New Hampshire here. Every trip out to the northbound side, a little slow around the Merrimack stretch here. Spalding trip back so from Portsmouth all the way up to Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire here. Route 93 in the northbound side, it is so from I-89 Concord, New Hampshire all the way up to Route 393 here. Up in Maine, the main turnpike on the northbound side, it is so from the Green Interchange to Auburn and Lewiston there interchange here. And the main turnpike on the southbound side, it is so 295 on the northbound side, so from Falmouth Spur to Freeport here. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts here at 512 there. Still on the Fox Space and delays due to traffic here. On the Career Rail, Kingston Plymouth Line, train 248, 4:02 p.m. from Kingston delayed today due to a neural signal problem, 15-25 minutes. And the ferries are looking good here. And the Career Rail will provide one extra train from Yawkey to South Station after James Taylor. Money rate comes to the ferry park tonight. Peter Channel News Time, 5:13 at Santa Ana Fall. Weather report here are conditions in the North Massachusetts at 5:13 p.m. on this Thursday evening here, 79 degrees at temperature first gust. Humidity 39%, wind speed about 8 miles an hour. Barometer 88 inches, super about 52 degrees. Visibility 10 miles. Heat index 79 degrees, and it's clouded up just a little bit. Okay, look at our current conditions around the region here. 81 degrees in Boston, 80 in Beverly, 79 in Lawrence, 80 in Bedford, it's 80 in Milford, 70 in Fitchburg, 74 in Sturbridge and Worcester, 77 in Norwood, it's 80 in Taunton, 78 in New Bedford, 75 in Plymouth, 79 in Provincetown, 75 in Chatham, and Falmouth, 76 in Murfreesboro Vineyard, 75 in Smithfield, 79 in Providence, 76 in Wesley, 73 in Buckland, 79 in Montauk, 82 in Islip, and then 83 in New York City, 78 in Bridgeport and Raven, it's 75 in Danbury, 73 in Waterbury, Connecticut, it's 81 out in Meriden, Connecticut, 77 in Hartford, 79 in Winslow, 78 in Springfield, 80 in Greenfield, Massachusetts, 76 in Athol, Massachusetts, 75 in North Massachusetts, 72 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 79 in Albany, New York, it's 76 in Silver Springs, 73 in Rutland, Vermont, it's 74 in Bennington and Bremer, Vermont, 76 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 75 in Keene, New Hampshire, 74 in Chaffey, New Hampshire, 79 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 80 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 77 in Concord, New Hampshire, 75 in Lockwood, New Hampshire, 77 in Portland, Maine, and 84 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and water temperature 69 degrees here. Alright, take a look at the source map around the country. It shows a cold front from east central California, stretching it up in the north central Nevada, up to eastern Idaho, and then up into Montana here. And we got a cold front from west central Nebraska up in eastern South Dakota here. And a pink front ran through North Dakota, and a warm front from central Minnesota and down west central portion of Wisconsin here. And a cold front from north central Texas, and stretching down for the central Arkansas, merged with a station front from western Kentucky, stretching in down for the central Appalachians, and all the way out to the Atlantic coast off the North Carolina coastline with a pair of low pressures in western Kentucky and northeastern North Carolina here. Get a front from southwest Nebraska down for western Kansas and around. East central portions of Texas with a low pressure to southwestern Texas here. Further from east central California down for southwestern Arizona down for Gulf of California. And we got original low pressure around southern Saskatchewan and eastern Montana. Low pressure in north central Nevada and west central Kansas. We got some high pressures off the Washington coast. Western Colorado, southeastern Iowa, and eastern portions of Ontario, and a warm front from west central portions of British Columbia here. And high pressure is also in the Gulf of Mexico and way off the Florida coast here. 74 degrees high temperature right now here in Detroit, 69 in Pittsburgh, 83 in Washington, D.C., it's 83 in Atlanta, 91 in Brownsville, 94 in Dallas, Texas, 94 in Brownsville, Texas, 99 in Dallas, Texas, it's 79 in Kansas City, Missouri, and Omaha, Nebraska, 81 in Chicago, 74 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 75 in Great Falls, Montana, 69 in Seattle, 66 in San Francisco, it's 74 in Los Angeles, it's 102 in Las Vegas, 83 in Salt Lake City, 89 in Denver, 92 in Albuquerque, Mexico, and 98 degrees out in Phoenix, Arizona. Here. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the radar situation here. Radar situation shows some spotty rain showers around down East Maine and North Central Maine and Northern Maine and stretching in Eastern Quebec down for New Brunswick here. Spotty lands of rain showers around Southern Pennsylvania stretching down for the Western Virginia and down for Ohio Valley and stretching down for southeastern states. Some thunderstorms combined with this rain showers here. And Atlanta showers and thunderstorms from central and eastern portions of Minnesota and western Wisconsin, stretching in the eastern Dakotas and curving up to the North Dakota and up to southern Saskatchewan down for southern Alberta, down for east central portions of British Columbia here. And a lot of rain showers from southern California down for Arizona, down for Mexico, down for north central portions of Mexico here. And so it's probably rain showers out to the central portion of California here, and a line of rain showers to west central portions of Arkansas here, and northwestern portions of Missouri here. And line of rain showers to west central portions of Nebraska here. Spotty rain showers to western and east central portions of Ontario here. All right, let's take a look at the satellite loop here, and it shows a lot of clouds coming much from the southern New England, New York State, and stretching down for the Gulf states here via the southeastern corner of the country here, and a line of clouds from eastern Quebec stretching out Canadian Maritime, and another line of clouds from Minnesota, Wisconsin, stretching down to east central Iowa down for northern Missouri, and stretching in northern Kansas, southern Nebraska, and line of clouds from northern Colorado, Utah, coming much of Nevada, and around coming much of California, and line of clouds from Arizona down for the northwestern portions of New Mexico, and a line of clouds from British Columbia, stretching down for Alberta, down for Saskatchewan, and down for western Manitoba here. Okay, let us take a look at what is going on in the tropics here. Nothing really in Atlantic here. The surface of 1, District 9 shots and telescopes located at 1,000 miles southwest of the southern tip of Baja Capital Peninsula are associated with a broad area of low pressure. Tropical conditions forecast to become connected for gradual development. This system could become a tropical depression early next week when it moves generally northwest with around 10 miles an hour. Formation chance for 40 hours. Low near 0% of formation chance for 5 days. Medium 50% here. And the latest on Tropical Hilda here. Settle current information. Settle location 12.7 to north, 133.4 to west. Max sustained wind 6 miles an hour. Movement west 1, 13 miles an hour here. And the latest Puffin advisory on Hilda. Tiny Hilda quickly strengthened and headed toward the Central Pacific here. And 2 p.m. Pacific time. The center of tropical Midland west. Located near latitude 12.7 to north, longitude 133.4 to the west. Hilda was moving toward the west near 13 miles an hour. With most of this expected to continue early tomorrow, followed by a turn toward the west-northwest by Friday night there. Max sustained winds have abruptly increased to near 60 miles an hour, 95 kilometers higher gusts. And that should be distributed as forecast that Hilda is expected to become a hurricane by Friday here. Hilda is a small tropical cyclone with tropical force winds that extend out over up to 35 miles an hour from the center here. That's very minimum set pressure 1,001 millibars here. And the latest on Guillermo here. Troublesome Guillermo, 21.7 and up, 155.3 to the west. Max contained winds, 40 miles an hour movement, west at 10 miles an hour here. And the latest public advisory here. Guillermo Bay, troublesome as it approaches the wire here. There are no watch or warnings affected. Its interest in the main Rhode Island should continue to monitor the progress of Guillermo here. At 11 a.m. Hawaiian time, 21 UTC, the center of troublesome Guillermo was located in near latitude 21.7 and off, longitude 135.3 to the west. Guillermo's moving toward the west near 10 miles an hour, 17 kilometers in distance. Motion is expected to continue throughout today, followed by a west-northwestward track for 48 hours. On the forecast track, Guillermo Measurement Center is expected to pass about 60 miles north of Maui late today, 20 miles north of Isle tonight, and near Kauai on Friday morning. Match the same winds on near 40 miles per hour, 65 kilometers of forecast. Guillermo is expected to be weak and become a remnant low over the next 40 hours or so. Tropical force winds extend downwards up to 150 miles, 185 kilometers from the center here. The estimated central pressure is 1,006 millibars, 29.71 inches here. Surface swells estimated with a tropical Guillermo will continue to produce large light predator surf along east facing shores of the Bay and White Islands today. Alright, taking a look at forecast discussion here around the region here. High pressure will remain in place by Friday. Low pressure past the top of New England may bring a light precipitation to a portion of the coast Friday night into this weekend here. A warm may approach the area Monday. The approach of a low pressure so moving cold front west would bring the potential unsettled weather during Tuesday and Wednesday here. Near term until 6 a.m. Friday morning. During cumulus clouds remain across the region at 19Z along with bandit cirrus clouds running across central and southern areas and otherwise dry and pleasant summer today continues. Temperatures went in the mid-70s around 80 degrees with the warmest temperature reported across the eastern Massachusetts portions of the Cape. For tonight, the drill clouds will dissipate with a sunset, but the high clouds will linger for some breaks that will look to move across as low pressure moves up to the Atlantic coast northern periphery of clouds. Look to push to the south coast areas or after midnight, but should be mainly mid to high level clouds here. And mostly clear clouds are expected to well inland here as winds become light and variable overnight, with some calm winds becoming reports across the interior valleys of North Massachusetts as some nose of the surface ridge passes that region, and we'll see radiation cool in there. Overnight lows across North Central and West Massachusetts look to fall back to the lower mid-50s, and maybe some mid-50s degree readings across the normally cooler inland valleys of interior East Massachusetts elsewhere. Temperatures will fall back to the upper 50s or mid-60s here. And looking at weather notes here. Onshore breezes off the coast. I'm expecting a dry weekend here and cool nights. And I'm expecting tonight, so 53, 63 degrees. And tomorrow's highs, 72 to 81 degrees here. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, forecast goes about 56 degrees. And west wind about 6 miles an hour coming in the evening here. Friday, both sides goes about 78 degrees. East wind about 79 miles an hour here. Friday night, forecast goes about 58 degrees. And north wind about 7 miles an hour here. Saturday, slight chance of showers through noon. Most of the times got about 75 degrees. Northeast wind about 9-11 miles, but just face to this 20%. Saturday night, slight chance of showers before midnight. Forecast goes about 58 degrees. And north wind about 5 miles an hour, just face to this 20%. Sunday, slight chance of showers. Forecast goes about 76 degrees, just face to 20%. Sunday night, forecast goes about 59 degrees. Monday, skies with a high wind 78 degrees. Monday night, chance of showers up to 10 p.m. Most skies got lower at 61 degrees, just face to 30%. Tuesday, chance of showers. Most skies got about 63 degrees, and just face to the 50%. Wednesday, chance of showers. Most skies got about 78, about 62 degrees, just face to the 50%. And for Thursday, most of the skies got about 80 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the evening. A terrific evening in the store and a fantastic party in town. Previously, have a good evening with goodbye today. See you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. Have a good evening here.